Hi, I'm Ray, G4NSJ, and this is my Tandberg Series 3000X reel-to-reel tape recorder. How about that? That's a rather nice piece of kit. A friend of mine bought this back in 1970 when they first came out, early 70s, and he's had it all these years and finally donated it to me. Now, it needed a lot of work. Oh, he's written here, look, new belt 131083. So it had a new main belt in 83, which of course now is completely ruined, seeing as it's 2024. So I put the new main belt on, a new counter belt for the little counter there. That sorted out a lot of problems. The idler wheel has gone very hard. The rubber has gone very, very hard. And there's a picture of what I've done to it. I've glued a rubber tyre, a square section rubber belt around the outside of the idler wheel, and that has stopped the noise and the slipping problems. I've done this a lot of times on record players when I used to repair record players, the old BSR decks with a 40mm idler wheel, rock hard, completely ruined, wouldn't drive the turntable at all. Square section rubber belt glued around the outside, job done, perfect. Another major problem was the cork clutch pads. There are 3 on each spool carrier just underneath. I managed to get hold of some 4mm cork, high density cork, and carefully cut out the clutch pads. I've got loads of this. I had to buy reels of it just to get a little bit, but it's done the job. There's the picture of the pads before, totally disintegrated, as you can see there. And I actually got my wife to cut these out of the cork. There are the new pads glued to the underneath of the spool carriers. She's got more patience than me. I can't be bothered with it. There's the one I cut out. You can't see it properly, but it's all right. But it looks a bit tatty. So I wanted them to look nice, even though you're never going to see them because they're under there. So that was that job done. That solved a lot of problems. I still haven't got. I've got play and I've got fast forward. I haven't got rewind at all. I don't know what's happening. There's another clutch under there which I think is to do with rewind. I have got the manual, so I'm going to have to check that out. Another serious problem is the pinch wheel. Now, it's completely ruined. The rubber is sticky, it's perished, it's just horrible. It's absolutely useless. Now, I couldn't find a new pinch wheel anywhere. So what I did, I found that online you could buy tyres. So I had a look at the old pinch wheel and the rubber tyre just sort of came off. Screwdriver, you can peel it off the metal inner bit. So I found online, there's a picture of the old tyre that I've taken off. I found online, which hasn't arrived yet, I'm waiting for that to turn up in the post, a new rubber tyre, and that's coming from Greece. So I'm hoping that's going to fit. That will solve the pinch wheel problem. There's a close-up, probably you don't need to see that, but that's where the pinch wheel goes there. That is a shot of the sort of assembly on the top, minus the pinch wheel. A lot of dust in there, as you can see. I've got to clean all that up. So that, once that arrives, I can glue the rubber tyre onto the original metal wheel, reassemble that, and hopefully then it will play properly. Here's a quick video of it playing. It's not too bad, but it does every now and then. You can hear a bit of wow, and that is the pinch wheel. Well, it's totally ruined. Have a quick look at the clip.
To number 5 in the Fun 30. Number 99 in the Top 100. If you have just joined us, welcome along. We're counting down the Top 100 most requested Revive 45s on 247 meters, and of course if you have a stereo set, we're also on VHF stereo. It might not mean much to you, but it's my big chance. It's only Blackbird Show. Stay with the fun. Hear all the hits. Waited for years to get into stereo, I have.
So it does actually play tapes, or it did, till I took the pinch wheel off. The heads, I just mentioned the heads, they're not worn at all. Back in the 60s when I did a lot of tape recorder repairs in the radio and TV workshop, very often you'd see the head, there's a 1/4 inch, you know, the width of the tape, 1/4 inch groove worn into the head from hundreds of hours of playtime sort of thing. And these aren't worn at all. I've looked with a magnifying glass and they're really nice. Talking of tapes, do you know this stuff, the leader tape? Have a look at the price of it on eBay. Oh, stone the crows. I've got 50 odd tapes. A lot came with this. I had some of my own. I got 50 odd altogether, and a lot don't have the leader tape on them. So I thought I'd buy a couple of rolls of it. No, I won't. I'm not paying that. Have a look on eBay at leader tape. Right, what else? There's a quick look at the power supply board. I think there's the bias on there as well. I'm not too sure. It's tucked away. I can't quite see it. And there is the main printed circuit board. I've had to put my phone inside to photograph it, so it's not as clear as it could be possibly. But very well built. Look at that board. Look at the components. I reckon those capacitors, those large ones, could do with changing, but there we are. Maybe one day I'll get round to that. Let's get it all up and running first. Here's a photo. It's very simple to work on. Here's a photo of the top. Look, you can see how easy it is. The drive system, unlike some makes such as Philips, which are all gears, levers, cogs, Bowden cables, cams, all sorts of mechanics. You lift the top off a Philips tape recorder, whereas this, nice and easy to work on. There's a shot underneath. You can see underneath there. That's again nice and easy to get at everything. Luckily, electronics wise, it's fine. I don't need to do anything. It's all working properly as it should. It's all mechanical bits and pieces, which is fair enough after what, 50 odd years. I've used Singer sewing machine oil on all the bearings and bits and pieces, which is a nice thin, it's a fine oil, which is good. Right, there's nothing else I can do now till the pinch wheel turns up, so I shall leave the video here, and it's about a week away, I think, coming from Greece, so I shall see you in a week's time. Well, for you it'll be a nanosecond, won't it? Here it is from Greece. Fits perfectly on the little metal wheel. I'm going to put a little bit of, change my glasses. These are my bottle bottom glasses. I'm going to put a little bit of Evo stick contact adhesive around there. Then just slip that rubber tyre over there. And then put it back in the machine and we'll see what happens. So, I shall see you when I've done my gluing. Right, I've put the pinch wheel rubber tyre on. Put it all back together. It's now playing properly. Let's have a look. Hang on a minute.
We're in band of gold. 34 in the top 100 most requested oldies.
There we are. Tony Blackburn. So that's working fine. I've got fast forward, no problem. The brake works. Rewind. Nothing. Nothing at all. Which is a shame. So there we are. Okay, I'll sort out the rewind at some stage. I'm getting there slowly, very slowly. No, I've only had the thing 3 weeks. I had to wait for the parts to turn up from Greece. That humming, by the way, loud humming, is the motor. There's the bottom. It's got feet with like rubber pads on. The motor hum is going through the table. There's the microphone, so it's picking up the, it's not the tape recorder itself humming, it's just it's standing on its wooden cabinet. Have a look at I've just taken a photo. Have a look at the pinch wheel in there. I mean, there's nothing much to see. It's a pinch wheel there. But I thought you'd just like to see that. It was a bit of a pig to fit. I'll tell you why. Well, it just is. There are 2 washers. I can't show you, they're too small. Can you see those 2 tiny washers there? There. They're little shims, little spacers. There are 2 under the pinch wheel and 2 above the pinch wheel. I've got the 2 underneath. I couldn't get the 2 on top. You've got to put the washers in, then the pinch wheel, then the washers, and then slide the shaft down. And of course, trying to line all that lot up is a nightmare. So I've got to take the pinch wheel off again and try and fit those. I will do it at some stage, won't I? Honest, I will. I will. But there we are. And I've also got to get all the dust out of here. Give it a good clean up. So I'll end the video here. I might make another one when it's all finished, and we'll put it back together. I hope you found that interesting. I certainly find it interesting playing about with this sort of thing. It takes me back to the 60s and 70s, the good old days when we had proper equipment. None of this modern digital stuff with no moving parts. There we are. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye for now.